Good morning, grade ones. Welcome to another lesson. This morning we're having a lesson for science and technology. All right, and we're looking at science, and our topic for this morning, it is water. All right, so we're not going to waste any time. So please, can you quickly take down? No fingers there, Pearl, please. Can you take down that heading quickly? We're not going to write the date. We've already written it a little bit earlier on. So because of time, let's just take the heading. And our heading says water. We spoke a little bit. You're going to listen at the same time as you are taking that heading. We talked about water yesterday, and we looked at some of the uses of water. Right, thank you, Pearl. We are done. Your hand is up. Let's quickly finish up. Kupa, praise, and prosperity. Let's take down that heading that says water. That's all that we're going to take down for now. All right. Thank you, Kupa. She's done as well. I think prosperity is done. Praise, we are done. And we talked about water. Do you still remember what we said we use water for? Kupa, give me one thing that we use water for quickly. We're just recapping. What do we use water for? Yes, for bathing. Thank you, Pearl. What else do you use water for?
Cooking.
Yes, Prosperity said cooking, Pearl.
For watering plants.
Right, for watering our plants. That could be the crops or the vegetables that we have. All right. What about you, Praise? What do you use water for? Praise, what do you use water for? We still can't hear you, Praise. Please, parents for Praise, can you assist her with the device? We can't hear her. All right, check the volume or unmute the phone. All right, so we use water for washing, for bathing, for cooking, and there are so many other things. And what color did we say is water? What color is water? We have got water there. What color is it? It has got no color. Prosperity has said no color. Pearl, what did you say?
The water is colorless.
Yes, very good. Water is colorless. Now we are talking like a scientist. There's a bottle that I've got. It has got water. Can you see? I didn't really fill it up. So that water, it has got no color. If you put the water in a blue container, the water will take the color of the container. If this container was red or blue or green, the water will seem to have taken the color of that container. So water is colorless. Okay, Kupa, water is colorless. Let's go to no color. Very good. Water is colorless. All right. So now we're going to go back again to our books. Today we've got new words which I want us to learn for this lesson. The first one, we're just going to look at that word. This one says float. We are going to write that word next to your red line. Parents there, please assist. You skip a line. You've written the heading water, skip a line, and next to the red line, just write that word float. You've got f and sound. When you put them together, you get float. Right, you've got float. You've written that word, Kupa. Right, thank you, Pearl. We are done. Kupa Kwashe, are you done? Kupa?
Yes.
Very good if you are done. Right.
Yes, teacher.
Done. Right. So I want you to follow instructions. You have written that word that says float. All right. And I'm going to give you another word. All right. And you're going to write them in the same line. All right. You're going to write them in the same line. You've already written float in the same line. Leave some space somewhere at the center. You've written float somewhere there. So now we are going to write sink in the same line, but somewhere at the center there. All right. Did you get that instruction?
Yes.
Well, did you get the instruction? So you write sink in the same line. Please, parents, assist. Kindly help me. Make sure that they are writing those two words in the same line. Float was the first word, and the second word is sink. Let's try and write sink somewhere in the middle there, because we've got other words which we're going to write under float and under sink. Can you please show me, Pearl? before we go any further. Can I see how you've written those two words, sink and float? Right. It's okay, Pearl. Right, that's fine. Prosperity, can I see how you've written? Can you show me? Make sure that you've left a lot of space between those words, sink and float. We're going to write some words underneath those headings. They're now headings, right? It's okay. Thank you, Prosperity. Kupa, can I see your words, sink and float? You are still writing praise. Can I see what is going on with you there? Can I see your two words, sink and float? These words, they are opposites, sink and float. Right, thank you, much better there. Kupa, we're now waiting for you. If you written sink, can we see so that we are on the same page, so that we are together? Right, I think I can see sink and I can see float. They should be in the same line. Parents, they should be in the same line there, the words sink and float. The next time, we hope that when you do come, we are going to go for swimming. All right, then we'll be looking at these words again, sink and float. So if you're floating, it means you are staying on top of the water. If you are sinking, it means you are going down the water as if you are now drowning. All right, so I hope you have got your apparatus now. Just put your book at the side. I'm also putting my things at the side. All right, put your books at the side. Not very far, don't close the book. We are going to write as well. So just at the side, what I want to see in front of you now is something like this. This one is for Mrs. Khabo. You see, there's my container. It has got water. And my container is transparent. It is a see-through one, and we can even see, I hope you can see the water. Can you see the water? Right.
Yes.
So you put it down in front of you. I can see all your apparatus there. Prosperity, please, can you put it down in front of you? Remember, we said you want to be careful because we're using devices that once water enters them, they will not work. Right. Thank you so much. I can see clearly, Papa, and Prosperity. Praise, you are playing with your hands. Praise. Please, can I see her apparatus in front of her? And can I see your stone? Can you show me your stone? This one is for Mrs. Khabo. Here is mine. I've got my stone here. Right, everyone has got a stone. All right. What about a block? Let me see your block. Does everyone have this? Blocks? Yes. So we all have got this. So we put them at the side as well. What about a leaf? Here is mine. Do you have a leaf as well? Right. Prosperity, where's your leaf? We want to see your leaf. You're having a network challenge there. What about an empty box? Do you have one? You've got an empty bottle. All right. Do you have a lid as well? You've got a lid. Right. Thank you. So these are the things that we're going to use in our experiment. Want to find out which things are going to sink and which things are going to float. All right. Are you following? Thank you, Prosperity. You can put the block down now. So I want to find out things that are going to float. Remember, I said when we are swimming, it's so important that we are able to float. So if you are floating, it means that we are staying on top of the water, or your head is on top of the water. Otherwise, if it goes under the water, you are now sinking. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
Right. So first of all, we are going to put the block in our water. Mr. Kukuta is going to come and help me. You met her yesterday during the Shona lesson. She's going to come and assist me also so that I don't have an accident here. So put your leaf inside the water. Let's see what is going to happen when you put your leaf. I'm also going to do the same thing. Mr. Kukuta is going to assist me. She's going to put a leaf. Please put the leaf, Mr. Kukuta. Right, do you put my leaf there? What is happening to your leaf there, Pearl? What's going on with your leaf? Mine is floating. What about yours, Pearl?
It's floating.
It's floating. What about yours, Prosperity?
It's floating.
It's floating. What about yours, Kupa? What about your leaf, Kupa? It's floating. What about yours,
Floating.
Praise? Praise, what about yours? Praise, we want you to talk. Praise, right? I'm sure it's floating as well. All right. So things that are usually light, they will float in water. All right. So you can remove your leaf. I'm going to remove my leaf as well. So remember, you're going to have to remember the answers when we are writing, isn't it? So we say that a leaf will float. Now we're going to put the block. Let's put the block in the water and let's see what is going to happen. Yes, please. Let's see what is going to happen to the block. What's happening to your block there, Pearl?
Floating.
It's floating, isn't it? If something is very light, it will float, especially those that are made of plastic, they will float. All right. What about yours, Prosperity? What's happening to your block?
It's floating.
It's floating, Kupa. Do you have a block there? Right, you do have a block, isn't it? It is floating. All right. Right. So the next one, we are going to put a stone. Let's put a stone. We've got a stone there. Let's put the stone. Let's see what happens to the stone. I'm also going to put my stone. Let's see what is going to happen. Right. This is the stone. Mr. Kukuza has put the stone there. What has happened to your stone, Pearl?
Sinking.
It's sinking. I'm also checking mine. Mine is also at the bottom of the container. It is sinking, there it has sunk. What about yours, Prosperity? Where is the stone? Is it floating or sinking?
Sinking.
Right. What about yours, Kupa? Is it at the bottom of the container?
Yes.
Yes, at the bottom of the container.
Sinking.
It's sinking. It has sunk.
Sinking.
Very good. And I can see for Praise also the stone has sunk because it is heavy. Those items that are heavy, like bricks, like stones, when you put them in a container, they will sink because they are heavy. Right. Let's remove the stone. And we're now going to put the lid. We've got a bottle top lid there. That's the one that we're going to put for your bottle top. You can put a Coke or Fanta. Right. So what is going to happen to the lid? What's happening to your lid there? Kupa, what's happening?
Floating.
It's floating, isn't it? Terence, what's floating? Is it floating, Pearl?
Yes.
Yes, mine is also floating. It's not at the bottom of the container, but it is floating because it is light. It is made of plastic. Right. Now we're going to close the empty bottle that you have. All right. Let's close it. We don't want any water inside. So take your empty bottle like this one, which you have. Take your empty bottle, Cooper. You've got there right in front of you, Cooper. Right. Then you take the lid and let's close it. Let's close it. I hope it can fit in your containers. Like mine, I hope it can fit. Yes, thank you, Mr. Kukuza. Right. What is happening to your container? Oh, Cooper, it cannot fit. Now, it's floating. Now I think you have to look at mine because some of your containers are a bit small. Can you see it floating at the top there? Can you see it, Cooper?
Yes.
Yes, it's floating because it is very light. That's why it is floating. Pearl, can you see mine here? Can you see it there? You can
Yes.
see Pearl? Yes, it's floating because it is very light. All right. So things that are light, they will float. And things that are heavy, they will sink. Parents, please assist us and let's move our apparatus and let's have the books back in front of us. Let's remove all these things that we're using. We are now done our experiment, Prosperity. We are done. Now want to turn back to our books. I hope you remember now that we've done the experiment. We are now going to write a little bit, okay? Open a book, Cooper. Let's do it fast. Nyasha, you are most welcome to our lesson. We're having science, mathematics and science, and we're doing an experiment on water. We're looking at things that can float and things that can sink. And we've already identified some of those things. All right. So remember in your book, you have written the word float, isn't it? You've got the word float. Don't write it, Kuba. Listen to me, Kuba. Listen to me this side. Already you have written the word float and you've got the word sink. You've got two words there. Those are two headings, sink and float. So now we are going to write these things under sink or float. Like I've got a leaf. What did the leaf do in the water? Did it sink or float? What did you do first? Tell me the answer. Did it sink or float, Pearl?
Lot.
What about the prosperity? Prosperity? Kupa, what happened to the leaf? Did it sink or float? Float. So you write its leaf under. Okay? Is that okay? Tell. You have network challenge there. Kupa, let's write the word leaf under float. You've got the word float there. So we write the word leaf under float. Parents, please let's check as well that they are following. When we're doing our experiment, the leaf was floating. So we write the word leaf under the word float. Okay? Tell me when we are done, Kupa. Others seem to be able to challenge. Right. Pearl is done. So you write the word leaf under the word float. Pearl, we are done. Kupa, you are done. Prosperity. Right. Guys, are you done? Let's quickly write. Yasha, I don't know whether you can hear me. Right. So that was our first apparatus that we had. Then we had the block. What happened to the block? Did it sink or did it float? What happened to the block?
Okay.
Pearl, float. Kupa.
Lot.
So you write the word block under the word float. Where you wrote the word leaf, you skip a line and you write block under it. Prosperity, you have a network challenge there. Right. So the block was very light. It's made of plastic and it will float if you put it in water. The block will float. So let's write the word block there. You raise your hand. Right, thank you. Can I see what you've got, Appel? Can I see how you've written your work? Can I see the layout of your work? Let me see if we're all together there. Can I see? A bit closer to your device. Right, thank you, very correct. Kupa, can I see? Put your book down, Pearl. Shining star, wonderful there. Let me see, Kupa, if you are writing it. Right, thank you. Shining star, well done. Prosperity, Nyasha, I am so sorry you
Yes.
joined us while you've already done our experiment and you've already written. Please, let's try and log in on time. All right, Nyasha, I'll have to get back to you later. Right, then we had a stone. There is the word stone. What happened to the stone when you put it in the water? Did it float or sink? What happened, Kuba? Sink, very good. So now you write the word stone under sink. You've got the word sink there in front of you. So now write the word stone. So the stone will sink because it is heavy. It will sink. Even a brick, if you put it in water, it will sink because it is so heavy. So write that word there. And please behind, Upa, I don't want to see anyone behind you there. No babies, no baby. Right, let's quickly try and finish up. Praise. If you written the word stone, make sure you're writing it under C. Right, Pearl is done. Are you done? Kupakwashe?
Yes, teacher.
Have you written the word stone?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Right. Then there was a bottle top. The bottle top on its own, what happened to it? The bottle top. Did it float or did it sink? Float. So we write it under the word float. So take that word down, bottle top. It will sink because it is also very light. Nyasha, you're going to use these words when you're now answering the questions in Google. I hope you're also writing down these words. Nyasha, you're going to use them later. There's another exercise.
Yes, teacher.
Very good, my boy. So, bottle top. This one we said it will float because it is light. Right, thank you. People are now finished. Prosperity. I don't know what finished. Prosperity. Right. You are now done. Right. Then the last word or the last thing that you are going to write, it was the plastic bottle. This one, which is just empty. The plastic bottle, what happened to it? Did it sink or did it float? What happened to it, Pearl? Float. Kupa, what happened to it? Float. So you write that word, plastic bottle, and you write it under float. Prosperity. Let's write it under float. Praise. Too much playing there with your hands. Let's quickly write. Concentrate on your work. And you write that word, plastic bottle. Right, let's quickly finish up. Our time is almost up, and it is up. Right, plastic bottle. Let's quickly take down that word, plastic bottle. So it will float because it is empty. But if you put water, it becomes heavy. It will sink. But the one that we had, it was just empty. There was nothing inside. So it was very light and it was floating. Okay? We are done. Right, so when we are done, we are going to remain do your pattern. So remember our lesson for today was for science and we're dealing with water and we're looking at things that will float and things that will sink. And we said things that are like a block, they will float. Like this one, they will float. But things that are heavy, like a stone or a brick, they will sink. All right? Our lesson has come to an end. I'm going to see you again tomorrow morning for another lesson. All right. So let's go to Google Classroom. There's work there for you on water and things that float.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.